Hi, this is a short video on solving absolute value equations. So let's take a look at the first example. So the absolute value of x minus 3 equals 8 means that inside the absolute value marks, the solution to x minus 3 can be either equal to 8 or equal to negative 8. And because then we take the absolute value of either number and we get 8. So whenever we're solving absolute values, we always set up two cases. We set up the case that x minus 3 actually equals 8, and then we set up the case that x minus 3 equals negative 8. Okay, so in this case, I'd add 3 to both sides, and I would get that x is 11. And if I solve this one and add 3, I don't get the same answer. So don't put plus or minus 11. That's not true. So in the second case, I get x equal to negative 5. Why negative 5? Well, take a look. If we take the absolute value of negative 5 minus 3, we get the absolute value of negative 8. And then we take the absolute value and we get 8. So that's why there are two cases. Now in the second example, the absolute value is not by itself. It's being multiplied times 3 and 5 is being subtracted. But we actually can't find out what's inside here until the absolute value piece of this equation is isolated, just like we had over in the first example. So what I'm going to do is kind of follow the rules of solving equations, except this time I have to remember 3 cannot distribute over the 2x minus y, so that's not going to happen. But we still do addition, subtraction moves first. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides, right? And so that will leave me with 3 times the absolute value of 2x minus 7 equal to 9. And then, since the 3 cannot multiply through, I'm going to divide this side of the equation by 3, and I'm going to divide this side by 3. In this case, we get 3 over 3, which reduces to 1. So that leaves us the 2x minus 7 equal to, by itself, equal to 3. Okay, now at this point, we know that whatever 2x minus 7 is, that it ends up being either positive 3 or negative 3 because the absolute value would make it equal to 3. So we set up the two cases once again. So the first case is that 2x minus 7 is equal to 3. And the second case is that 2x minus 7 is equal to negative 3. Okay, so now I solve each side. So I add 7. Sorry about my handwriting. This is a weird instrument I do this with. So I'm left with 2x equal to 10. I would divide by 2. And so x is 5 after we divide by 2. On the other side, we add 7. And this time we end up with 2x equal to 4 and divide by 2. And we get that x is 2 because those reduce. So I hope this has helped you understand how to solve absolute value equations.